Now Stoke's nous and resilience will be really tested. It's Gareth Barry and now Ashley Young taking on Liam Lawrence, looking for Larsson. It broke for Barry, but he couldn't put the ball in. Carl Dickinson gets a slap of congratulation from Thomas Sorensen for the job that he did there, just forced Barry off balance and out of the way. And the Britannia Stadium echoes to the sound of Delilah. Barry. Awful ball for a player of Gareth Barry's ability, straight to Delap. Olofinjana de Lawrence, played through for Fuller. Fuller's beaten Larsson here, and Ricardo Fuller has scored for Stoke! 10 minutes to go, and it could yet be a celebratory night in the Potteries. And it came from Gareth Barry losing possession far too cheaply in the centre of the field. Great ball from Liam Lawrence, lovely bit of skill from Ricardo Fuller, and what about the finish? Gareth Barry with a gift to Rory Delap. Olofinjana de Lawrence. Lawrence, having scored one, makes one for Fuller. I wonder how the lines are from Stoke to Beijing. Ricardo Fuller is big friends with the king of the sprints, Usain Bolt. He's an even bigger hero in Stoke. Down went Ashley Young. No real advantage developing quickly enough, so play is stopped for the free kick to Villa. And they've got to be quick about everything they do now. Curtis Davies is on the move. Ashley Young didn't get it properly, but it has been turned in anyway. Martin Larsson, the Villa skipper, is the player celebrating. Stoke's lead was a short-lived one. It's an awful free kick, really. But there's real striking instinct shown by Larsson. 2-2 at the Britannia Stadium, and once again, either side could win it. Cleared by Larsson. Rory Delap try to create another opportunity to win the game all over again. It's going to be a fair chunk of injury time. Delap in, and Brad Friedel watches the ball loop onto the top of his net with his heart beating just a little bit more quickly. Leon Court was up there. I think it was his touch. Abdoulaye Faye. It's a big launch. Curtis Davies keeps the ball clear from Cresswell. We are now into the 4th minute of injury time. It's Delap. Up went Larsson to try to clear, but Stoke City this time have won it. Mamadi Sidibe! No way back for Aston Villa now. It's the tactic of the Rory Delap long throw that has come good for Stoke City. Well, Sidibe was looking the other way. The first ever Premier League game at the Britannia Stadium. And they've done it the hard way. Twice Aston Villa came back from a losing position to draw level. But I get the feeling this was always destined to be Stoke City's day. They've beaten Villa 3-2.
Yeah, I thought it was a cracking game. It was a smashing game, and we had some good periods in the game. We've again disappointed with the goals we've conceded, but great result for us.
Obviously, very disappointing to concede in the 93rd minute of the game, and our first half performance wasn't really good. Second half, I thought we were back to our best, and pressed for the equaliser, got the equaliser, then conceded again, then got back. And the one thing you shouldn't do in the last couple of minutes of the game is whatever you do, if you can't win it, don't lose it.
We're conceding too many goals. We have to be honest. It should have been enough to score 2 goals and win the game, but it wasn't. We conceded 2 goals last weekend as well, and we have to work on that.
I think what we've got to do, we've got to make sure that defeats don't get us down, and we don't, you know, we don't labour on them. But the other thing is, we've got to make this place a fortress, and you know, the supporters today were, you know, they were tremendous.
I know you've been following your good mate Usain Bolt in the Olympics quite closely. I think it's been a pretty good week for the Jamaicans, hasn't it?
Definitely proud to be Jamaican, I can say, you know. So wonderful what the lads and the girls are doing back in China, making themselves proud and the country proud. And I think it's all rub over to Stoke now. Being the Jamaicans at Stoke now sort of bring the good vibe and the good feeling and just to relax, you know.
Yeah, it's been a great few days for Jamaica and a good start for Stoke because, you know, it's an exciting game, but a vital victory early in the season, just what they needed.
Yeah, and of course the way they achieved it with a very, very late goal. And also going back to last weekend where that defeat at Bolton, really, you looked to them, you thought they were a shambles defensively. But, you know, today they kept going, and Aston Villa, they have got a most definite and definitive way of playing. Yeah. It's not particularly pretty on the eye, but it's effective and it suits them. Rory Delap, he throws this ball absolutely miles, and you have to, if you're Aston Villa or the opposition there 36 metres, you have to deal with it. And as he gets warmed up, he throws it a little bit further. I think we're now at 37, but look at it's just chaos, and there's a half chance comes on the edge of the box for Stoke, certainly. And you know, Aston Villa looking at it thinking this can't be true, can it? Then the goal, 38 metres this time, and there are 4 Aston Villa players around it, and they should really deal with it. However, you know, you look at that and say, well, it's a bit Route 1. This was the moment of pure class in the day. Ricardo Fuller, absolutely brilliant. That was a second goal for Stoke. So they've got a little bit of a mix, but I think for most teams, Gary, going to visit the Britannia Stadium, you know what you're going to get. And if you've got 1 or 2 faint hearts who don't really fancy it, then they'll get a few results there.
Yeah, there's no rule against it, and it's very much play to your strength. And if that is your strength, then you've got to play to it.
Remember the first time we played against Wimbledon? It was like crash outs, but you've got to deal with it.
Those were the days.
Not
the good old days.
Reminiscences.